guys? It's the voice of the blockchain here, Satoshi's big cousin, cryptography's finest, Champagne Crypto. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Back with another live stream. Nice to see you guys on a Saturday. I see Jojo Wave and the Box Lady Plants and the rest of the boomers pouring into this live broadcast. We're multi-streaming here to both YouTube and D Live. Make sure you're catching this on D Live because we don't want to give all the sauce to YouTube. dlive.tv/champagne crypto. There is an incentive for you to use that platform because we do redistribute lemons on every broadcast. So you may pick up a few crypto coins, whether they're worthless or not. It's better than what Google gives you over there on YouTube. Today we'll be talking about fear, greed, store of value, and speculative assets. Is Bitcoin truly a store of value? That's really the question here. And on the short term, it's proving not to be. Okay. So many people thought it would behave better than it did. So let's see where we go. And I want to talk about a few things today because I was reading something questioning about the store of value validity of Bitcoin. And I don't remember where I saw this comment, but it struck me, which is true. And this is what we're looking at here. The only thing that's really driving markets here is fear and greed, guys. That's the bottom line. Forget about, the fundamentals and everything. And that's cute. And I'm sure that works. But we're living in an upside down world right now. It's not necessarily fundamentals that drive markets. What drives markets here are fear and greed. Okay. And right now you could see the fear index on almost all asset classes are pointing to more fear than there is greed, which leads us to the other topic of speculative assets. So, I mean, basically, this video should be titled "Fear, Greed, Store of Value versus Speculative Assets." So let me update it. Actually, let me update this because. And that's really the question of today. I mean, is Bitcoin a store of value or just a speculative asset? Because, while people thought they were storing their value, I mean, obviously that wasn't the case after the markets melt down. I mean, just the other day we're at 9,000 and then Bitcoin dipped to like 4,700. Okay. Granted, all the markets went down, but the only asset that seemed to really store value was gold. Shout out to digital gold out there. Shout out to day and night. So, it's something to consider. And I think that this is going to be, or this is a moment for the crypto community to really assess what we're doing out here. Okay. Is Bitcoin, is it a store of value or not? And I'm here to say it's not looking like a store of value, guys. It's looking more like a speculative asset. Okay. One that has favorable speculation, in my opinion, one that I think is going to stay and I think it's going to boom. And obviously it has. So I'm staying on the train, but we got to call it for what it is. Satoshi is not anybody's savior and Bitcoin is not here to store anybody's value. At best, it's a highly speculative asset, which may pump like no other, like it has. Sup, boomers? I'm just chilling in the Honda, chicken wings for lunch. Here in Bristol. Shout out to I know you've told me several times how to pronounce your name, but I forgot, and I apologize, but I think it's Jay Hun or Sayun K. I'm sorry. I apologize because you did try to correct me, and that's my bad. Not looking much like a store of value in the short term, right? So we were told, and listen, I was one that was believing it as well. I mean, I'm definitely one that was online saying, no, this is the store of value. And listen, let's go ahead and call it for what it is. When you're wrong, just say it. Guys, we were wrong. Bitcoin wasn't the store of value for the short term. Maybe it still is for the mid to long term. But let's keep it 1,000, okay? Jay Hun. Okay, yeah, you nailed it again, champ. All right, yeah, I know you explained it to me, but I kind of forgot. But shout out to Jay Hun out there in YouTube. It is what it is, right, Andrew? Exactly. That's what you just got to call it for what it is. I think too many people are still married to the idea that Bitcoin, the revolution, the crypto, and guys, it's just another speculative asset. And I'm going to say something here that's going to rub a lot of people the wrong way, but let's call it for what it is. If Bitcoin is if Bitcoin's not a store of value and it's a speculative asset, then there is no difference between Bitcoin and Ripple. Okay? The fundamentals are different, but they're both speculative assets. Okay? And that's the bottom line here. I know some people are, I'm not going to go run to the store and buy Ripple, but right now I'm less mad at the Ripple people, because at the end of the day, most people that are into crypto and holding Bitcoin, they're in it for greed. And that's what was driving the market. They're still looking at their Bitcoin and saying, how much is this worth? USD value. So cash is still king. Okay. And for those that think that, the dollar's weakening, in fact, the dollar's getting stronger, because let's be honest here, guys. We know the system's funny bunny. We know it's funny bunny money. Okay. We know that there's a Ponzi scheme going on. There's 1,000 reasons why fundamentally the system that we are under right now, the legacy system, is flawed. Okay. But as far as a viable alternative, it's not here yet, guys. Okay, let's keep it 1,000. Peer-to-peer garbage says digital gold. Now, all that being said, it's going to be here to stay. Bitcoin's not going to die or anything. It's going to be around. Crypto's going to be around. But the better question here is, once people start waking up to this and realizing, Satoshi is a tall tale, and Bitcoin is not the store of value. It's not the revolution that everybody thinks it is. It's just another asset class that may do good and may do bad. I think it's going to do good personally, okay? But we got to call it for what it is. Cash is still king, guys. And the reason being is that there is no alternative that's viable to cash at this moment. Yeah, Bitcoin seemed kind of cool, bro, but you can't go to the store right now and buy supplies in a national emergency with BTC. BTC is a way to make money to grab more USD to buy metals online, says Andrew. Yeah, that's one way to look at it. But here, I think that we can agree here. Look at this, okay, guys? Everybody that was in crypto, including myself, everybody out there in the crypto space, you're holding your Bitcoins or your cryptos, and you're looking at them, and you're comparing them to the dollar. Because at the end of the day, whether you like the dollar or not, whether the system's funny bunny, it's what's running the show. You tell me, okay? Although the dollar could be weak or not, or the system's funny bunny, what's the alternative? Where does everybody have to run to? Back in the day, 100 years from ago, there was competing national currencies, and the world wasn't running on the petrodollar. But right now, we run in a world that's on petrodollar. It's cash is king. Bottom line, what is the alternative? You guys are going to jump into the Chinese money, the Japanese money? What are you guys going to do? You're going to jump into Bitcoin? Guys, it's not accepted anywhere. Okay, it's all just a speculative asset, and one that could continue to increase in value over the midterm. That I accept. But as far as storing your value, guys, store your value in hard assets, and BTC is not a hard asset. Let's call it for what it is. USD prevails at the ultimate storage of wealth. No more stacking them bits, says Mark D. I'm still gonna be, I'm gonna hold on to the bits. But this is a lesson, I think, for everybody out here. We were all kind of duped by the Satoshi story, but by some of the main crypto influencers that, they didn't even let us know about fungibility. Guys, cash is more fungible than Bitcoin. Cash itself, with all that the hate that cash is more fungible and private than Bitcoin is, guys. And, when you put the pedal to the metal and you really start testing these things right now, okay, cash is king, guys. That's the bottom line, okay? It's the bottom line. Now, I want to be clear, okay? As much as I'm calling out Bitcoin for what it is, I'm still going to hold a bag, but I'll keep it another 1,000 with you guys. I expect another pump before this halvening, and I would consider cashing out a certain amount if you need to, okay? If you don't have enough cash on hand, you may consider having some. Okay, because here's the champagne USD. I like that. Mark D, I may have to change the channel name. I like that. Look, as much as we can call the system out for being funny bunny, you let me know another viable alternative that's working right now. Okay? It doesn't exist. So, for those that think, the system is going to collapse, into what? Where is it going to look? Back in the day, at least you had competing systems, right? You had different countries. Like it wasn't a globalized world. Right now, I've been telling you guys, we are in the New World Order already, guys. Bottom line, I've been telling you guys. I heard the halvening is going to be unprofitable now. could destroy Bitcoin. Yeah, it's something to consider. I mean, I think that this is a period in time where, you know, we got to consider what's going to happen next for Bitcoin. The only the only event, the only thing that Bitcoin's promising is this halving right now. That's it. So, you know, I'm sure there's going to be a little maybe pump or something like that. Maybe we go back to 8K, 9K. But guys, forget about the $20,000 Bitcoin or what McAfee told you or what all these other influencers were trying to tell you guys. Champagne has seen the lie I saw last year. BTC is funny bunny. You know, I'm not going to say it's completely funny bunny. I mean, there's some value there, right? Like it's worth something, but it's more funny than I expected. So, you know, I'm calling it for what it is, guys. And I've always said to you guys, I'm always going to keep it 1,000 with you. And when I'm wrong, I'll say I was wrong. And, you know, and I'll keep it real with you guys. That's what I'm out here to do, to keep it real. Champagne, I read that. Is BTC's biggest ever collapse just setting up for the biggest ever pump? I don't know. But here's the thing, Say Young. I'm sorry if I keep mispronouncing, but I'm talking to Mr. K over here. What's going to drive the pump? Like what's the reason? What's the hype with Bitcoin now? Before the hype was like, yo, this is a store of value, an alternative to the system. But that was already proven. It failed, guys. That's it. I mean, yeah, it may pump again, this and that, but it failed when things got bad, when the national emergency went. I mean, like, people started getting liquidated. It was bottom line. Even these DeFi contracts are having problems there on Maker, which is cool. I think that's cool that they had problems because maybe they'll fix it and make it a little bit better for the future. I think there's still a future with DeFi and smart contracts, but guys, there's still building to be done. Debt is paid with USD. You said it, Mark D. And I think we're all starting to realize that more clearly, you know, USD, because here's the bottom line. What are these alternatives out there, guys? You're telling me what a country's going to say, no, we're just going to switch to Bitcoin. Come on, guys. Bitcoin is only like I don't know. What's the market cap of BTC right now? We'll run down the prices, but it was like last time I checked, it was like 140 billion. My understanding is at this moment, they're injecting something like, correct me if I'm wrong, but this Fed repo operation where they're injecting money and buying back stocks and assets or doing what they're injecting. I don't know how much, but it's like the equivalent to the entire market cap of Bitcoin, like daily or something like that, close to it, or, you know, a significant amount. So, I mean, come on. BTC failed, just a highly speculative asset, a game of hot potato. You know, we may have to call it for what it is. Did BTC fail? Probably. You know, I think, you know, it's something to consider. It's really something to consider. So I'm calling it here, guys. You know, if you're hodling for the long term, you may want to consider what other cryptos may add value in other ways. You know, because look, what does Bitcoin have to offer right now? Okay, what does it really have to offer everybody? A store of value that has been proven funny bunny, and yeah, you could transfer wealth quickly, you know, across borders. Maybe that's true, but you know, it doesn't even offer the privacy that it once did. You know, for that, you just buy Monero, right? I still think that, you know, there's going to be speculation and it's not going to go away. I don't think like Bitcoin's going to $500, but we may see pressure and the price may go lower, especially after the halving when there's really no reason to hold the bags. Yeah, okay, the circulating supply went down. Okay, cool. And maybe that'll drive the prices. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm looking at? I'm going to be honest with you guys. Long term for Bitcoin's looking like a digital novelty at this moment. Okay, you may just want to hold on to these Bitcoins as collector's items. And maybe that's what drives the price. But like a world that's running on Bitcoin, guys, come on. At the end of the day, we have a better chance of the Fed pulling out a digital coin and that working better than the actual BTC, you know. So, and this is a bunch of stuff that I don't like to say. Okay, but, you know, I'm going to keep it raw and real with you guys. The hype to me is ultimately people making money, deflationary. Bitcoin is born of the previous financial collapse. If there's money to be made, it's going to pump. Store of value surely take time to. Let's see. Establish. I don't think 10 years isn't nearly enough to know whether it is or isn't, in my opinion. Right. So it's all speculation. You don't know whether it is or isn't. That equals to speculation. There is no complete certainty there. So it may not work. And that, we could take a stab at it, and speculate, but it ain't gold, guys. I mean, it ain't even USD cash at this moment. Crypto still better than fiat. How much money is the Fed printing and putting in the repo market? Not today. Crypto is not better than fiat today. I actually stood in line for almost 2 hours today like a freaking commie to get some more supplies. I'm stacked with supplies, but, I want to make sure we have more. So, I ended up standing in line, and ain't nobody talking about crypto or anything. If anything, people have cash on hand ready to buy supplies. Okay, I can't feed my kids with BTC immediately. So maybe next year or in 5 years or something. And because of that, I will hold some Bitcoin for the long term. Obviously, I'm not going to liquidate it all. But it ain't better than cash in the short term. And I hate to say it because I can see how funny bunny the system is. The fiat system is funny bunny. But guys, you let me know a viable competitor out there. What, you're going to use the China currency? You're going to use, you're going to use the euro? What are you going to use? True that. You need cash to buy things saving-wise, though. Savings-wise, it didn't even hold. You were better off saving cash in the last couple of years then, I'm talking about right now, and we got to call it for what it is. And it's hard for people like Champagne Crypto and maybe even CryptoZilla or Dr. Puff and stuff that we've been in the game for a while. I mean, I hate to call it for what it is. It's like, you've been with someone and then you realize that person is not what you thought they were, so there is a little bit of cognitive dissonance. Of course, all of us experience it. But I'm here to say, guys, remove the cognitive dissonance. And I'm going to say this again. Gregory Mannarino was on point when he says, don't trade the markets that you want or that you think will be. Trade what you have in front of you. And what we have in front of us is cash is still king. Now, that may not be forever. Okay. It may not be forever. It may be, of course, obviously they're inflating the dollar. This is funny bunny. There's more debt on the backs of the people, but we're not Venezuela. Okay. Venezuela or some of these other countries, their currency gets hyperinflated and their currency is worthless because there's the US dollar alternative out there. They have viable competitors, but who's a viable competitor to the US dollar? You see what I'm saying? Like, who is the viable competitor? So, it's like we've been checkmated, guys. There is we're so checkmated that the dollar can't even collapse because it can't even collapse into any. Where is it going to collapse to? What are you going to be using? Don't tell me BTC, guys. Majority of precious metal online dealers are out of stock on physical silver. Shipping has also been delayed for 10 days. Yeah, great. I mean, and silver and gold, cool. They may hold value. They have, but they even went down a little bit. They went down more than cash. Okay, I couldn't go to the store today and buy food with silver coins. Maybe one day I will, and I'm sure that buying food with coins would probably, in the short term, be more probable than buying it with crypto. But at the end of the day, I'm here to say cash is still king, guys. As much as we hate the fiat currency and we know how funny bunny it is and we want another alternative, we had a dream, but it's just a dream. It hasn't been a reality yet. All that being said, I'm not here to FUD. I'm here to keep it 1,000. I'm still going to hold some BTC, but the next time I see super green, anything close to 10K, I'm going to cash out. Not all of it, but at least a third. At least a third. Yeah, I can't buy foods with Amazon stocks either, though. Exactly. I mean, here's the thing. Like, you can't buy food with stocks and bonds, and when things get bad, you see everybody liquidating them because right now liquidity is what runs the game. It's liquidity, okay? What's liquidity? And in order to be liquid, you need to have USD. That's the bottom line. Proof of stake. As much as we know it's fake and it's rigged, and guys, I know it, guys. The fundamentals are flawed, but explain to me an alternative that's viable, because you could say, well, the system's funny bunny and people may move to this because it works better. That was the argument for Bitcoin for many years, but guys, that argument's been destroyed. Euro, USD, pound, yen, doesn't matter. Soon cashless world anyway. Hyperinflation possible on a greater scale than people can currently grasp. My parents lived it through that already. Yeah, but even at that point, there was competing currencies and competing systems. Right now, what's the competing system? Guys, we're in the New World Order. You didn't see Trump hanging out with the Chinese, the Indians. They're all in the press conference. This is a global pandemic. We're in a global world. NWO, it's here. Guys, there's no difference. Everybody's behaving the same. What about Ripple? Says Johnson, listen, Ripple may go up or may go down. Ripple is another speculative asset, just like Bitcoin. And I said that. I told you people are going to freak out. And I'm a Ripple hater. But right now, there's very little difference as far as the cryptos. They're all speculative assets. All of them. Okay? Bitcoin is looking more like Ripple than the USD. And I hate to say that. And that's what it is. I'm not going to go get Ripple, though. Right now, I'd rather have cash than Ripple. You got to be liquid. And I was watching Valuetainment earlier, and he's got a cool channel. And he was talking about how cash is king. He's been saying it for a while. He said cash is king because when everything crashes, the only way that you're going to be able to take advantage of the low prices is if you're liquid and you have cash and you could buy things. But if you got your stuff locked up in Amazon stocks or the S&P, or you don't have the money on hand, so it's in somebody else's bag. So, and I've heard another argument is that, there's a deflation before a hyperinflation when it comes to these funny bunny currencies. And that may be the case for currencies, fiat currencies that are competing against the dollar. But again, the dollar has no competition. There is no competition out there. Yeah, you got a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but the world runs on the dollar. Everybody liquidates to the dollar. We've seen it already, guys. When the going got tough, people want cash, and that's it. How long will that be? I don't know, until there's a better alternative. And that alternative, okay, may be a new digital system that is conceived and brought forth by the U.S. government. At the end of the day, fear and greed runs the market. And bottom line is, dollar is two and saw it just go up and down against the yen, but only noticeable if you need to move between them. Yeah, but it's, again, the yen is compared to the dollar. You see what I'm saying? It's like, well, if everything collapses, what? I mean, obviously you're in Japan, so, the yen is favored there, but people will go into the currency that is accepted at the store. Cable Digital says there's no alternative. Right. That's the bottom line. We've been checkmated by the banks, guys. We're in checkmate. And that's why I always, not always, but for a while now, I'll be like, they even probably created Bitcoin as the possible alternative, so they have a handle on that too. Champ, this drop was coordinated through the market. Corona's the scapegoat. Absolutely. Yeah. Corona is the scapegoat. I've been saying that. The threat here is not the flu, guys. They're floating currencies, says CryptoZilla. But look, ask me. I don't want to hold the yen because I can't use anything. I can't use the yen, and we're not depending on Japan. To me, it's the opposite. I mean, people want the dollar. I went to 98 and now back to 107 in just a week or so. So from what I understand is that the yen is still stronger than the dollar, 100 to 107. But I'll tell you this, it's not like just because of that, I still can't use the yen to get some meat out here. Point being, I think that we could agree is that, fiat currencies that are backed by military are stronger than a decentralized system that, you can't even, like, it's nobody is accountable. Decentralization just means that you can't blame anybody for it breaking down. That's really what it means. Let's check out the markets real quick. Hit refresh out here. Yeah, it's very interesting, guys. I was thinking about, I'm like, what's going to happen to BTC right now? Because, I mean, if people really want to store value in crypto, I mean, like, what coin would it be? Because Bitcoin don't seem to be behaving the way it needs to be behaving. 53.64 on Bitcoin. Ether looking like a good deal. Look at this, guys. Right now, if you just think of speculations and you just think all these coins are highly speculative, I see a better future for Ether at this moment than I do for Bitcoin. Okay, because at least Ether, you could do things with it. With Bitcoin, what are you doing with it? You're just sitting on it. Okay, you're just sitting on it. You can't go to the store and buy Snickers with it. You can't do anything with Bitcoin. You don't think Bitcoin will go back to an all-time high? No, not in the short term. No, maybe one day, but no, not now. No. Absolutely, and I hate to say it, Jojo. The champ doesn't lie. I'm a Bitcoin maniac. I've been talking about keeping the majority of the bags in Bitcoin, which has been a good strategy because it's maintained its value better than some of the other speculative altcoins. But guys, BTC today, tomorrow, and next week is not a store of value. It's a speculative asset and one that promises to make some gains. Champ speaks the truth. You and everyone in the chat. Best channel on the tube. Thank you, Queens. I appreciate you. Queens Racing dropped me $5 in the super chat. There you go. Dr. Stuff says maybe next year. Maybe exactly. Maybe. That's the definition of speculation. It may be. Maybe here, maybe there. You don't want to save into a maybe. You want to save into something that's fixed and going to store. Okay. Gold ain't a maybe. Gold is going to be here to stay, okay? 1,000 Bitcoin incoming fast. It was only 5 years ago. I bought at 290, says Mark D. I think anything's on the table right now, Mark. I don't know if it's going to go that low, but I said it the other day. Prepare for perhaps 3,000, 4,000. ETH 2.0 is coming. So we hear. Let me keep going down the charts here, looking at the prices. You got Ripple over there at 15, Bitcoin Cash at 170, Litecoin 35, Bitcoin Satoshi Vision at 119, EOS $2, Binance 10, Tezos at 162, Leo at 93, Chainlink at 228, Stellar at 3, Cardano looking at 2 cents. I've noticed that Charles Hoskinson is doing a lot more content. He's been popping up on his channel talking a lot. And I think that's good. I like to see him more involved. I think that's good for the brand because, at the end of the day, Cardano promises a lot, but their price is looking horrible. Mark D says short BTC with leverage for the win. You may not be wrong, Mark. I'll be honest with you. I used to say, shorting BTC was toxic to crypto, but at the end of the day, crypto ain't what we thought it was. And I'm the first to say it. I'm disappointed. Cognitive dissonance for a lot of people out there. Guys, I told you guys, I don't know how many months now, I said Satoshi is not going to save anybody. That's it. Guys, you want saving? Turn to Jesus Christ. It's real simple. Ain't nobody going to save you. Not Donnie, not Bernie, not Z out of China. Nobody. Shout out to eToro out there. Gold is a good store of value. It still moves with the market because everything's pegged to the USD. So it took a dump this week too, didn't it? Yeah, it did. But it maintained its value better than almost any other asset when things got bad. But listen, when things got bad, the cash was on hand. I mean, cash is king right now, guys. As much as everybody hates to say, because we've been in this space programmed by all the influencers saying cash is bad, it's bad because it's funny money, it's a rigged system, and that is all true. But guys, we live in a clown world it's rigged. And you got to deal with what you have in front of you, not with what you think is coming next month or what could be. You got to deal with reality. Right now, it is what it is. Shout out to Lady Plants. Beyonce ain't out here to save anybody either. And I don't know if you've been following the music, but that new Jay Electronica album that he's got every single track with Jay-Z, calling himself Hove, false prophet indeed. It's sad to see it, when you start really waking up to the lies out there. I used to be a Jay-Z fan, but, he's another false prophet. And, I'm not sure if you're following this album, but, it's the Black Israelites and, they're the chosen ones. It's super pretentious and a little bit forced, a lot of it forced to me. I'm not trying to hear that. In fact, though, they're rapping dope as fuck. And I'm talking about such a niche thing that most people probably don't even understand what I'm saying. Facts, champ. Jesus is the only savior. You know it, Queens. I've been saying it, and I'm glad that some people are starting to realize it. I used to think there would be other things in the world that could save us. The secret, positive thinking. Look at speculative assets, Bitcoin. But once you stop watching porn, and once you get right with God, you grow into the truth, and it's always a growing process. And it was revealed to me. It's like, champ, look at it. And it's not just to me. A lot of people know what's going on. I'm nothing special out here. Okay, a lot of people knew what's going on. Them folks are of the Viper Pit. I'm not with it. The Viper Auditorium. You said it, Lady Plants. Cash is fluid for spending, and if you need that, then you need to keep some. But having a lot of cash flow means daddy's going to want his. Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, guys, you think you're ever going to be in a world where you don't have to pay any taxes? Like these anarchists and libertarians have their head up their ass. Like, you really think there's going to be a world where you don't have to pay any taxes? Like, come on, guys. That's the thing also with the millennial generation, some of the younger generation out here. Is like they want everything for free. They don't expect to pay. They want music for free, every single thing on the internet, YouTube. They don't want to pay for anything. That's why they love Bernie Sanders. CryptoZilla with the black box. I like that. That's deep, Zilla. The flat cube. Yeah, that's funny. Look into it, how people worship the black box. I'm thinking of Mecca, people, going around in circles. It goes deep with that black box stuff. And look into the cult of Saturn. There's a lot of stuff there. Shout out to Double X with the funny bunnies. So, yeah, let me continue to going down. Well, we already read this line. So, let me go ahead and look at the charts. 5,400 with BTC. We're still in the green. The crypto maniacs that have been here for a while. I mean, guys, I've been here since before it was 3,000. Till when it was 20, till it crashed back to 3,000. So, we're good. If you've been with us for some time, we're good. Even at 54, we're good. But, right now I'm starting to think like, we need some liquidity. Okay. We need some liquidity. I think that this, if it's taught us anything, is to have some liquidity. If you're not liquid, then you can't make a move. You got all your stuff locked up. You got to be liquid to a certain extent. If you live in Cyprus, Malta, or some other areas, no tax for now, that's not forever. Too many gods, too many books. Digital Gold's asking. I don't know what you're alluding to there. Let's see what this article says. Bitcoin may emerge unscathed. Look, these crypto outfits, man. Bitcoin may emerge unscathed. It can't emerge unscathed. It already was scathed. So it's off the table. Bitcoin cannot emerge unscathed yet because it already took a hit. So even if it bounced back, it already took the hit. It didn't emerge unscathed. Maybe it emerged, and it survives, but it still has a couple bumps and bruises. The question is here, after this halving occurs, what's the reason to hold Bitcoin? After the halving occurs, what is the reason to hold Bitcoin? Can anybody explain to me? Let's see what they're saying out here. This is a quote from the article. The legacy financial system is much more vulnerable to human viruses than Bitcoin, just because Bitcoin doesn't rely on humans. This is retarded thinking. This is the type of thinking that people think that the machine is going to save them, because you can't rely on humans. You can't rely on anything but the good Lord himself, guys. People think, oh, because, this is retarded thinking. It sounds great. It's romantic. It's bullshit. It looks like institutional traders. This is another quote from the article. It looks like institutional traders are taking a break from Bitcoin in this unstable period with growing fear related to the virus. While de-risking is a potential motivation, it's likely that sudden drop in stock market had an effect through margin calls, leading to short-term liquidity squeeze. Right. Okay. Commenting on another key feature that distinguishes Bitcoin from other financial assets, the quote says, Bitcoin does, is it just, look at this. People can't even write. Bitcoin does, is it just creates an opportunity for people to create value and then actually capture it. This sentence doesn't even make sense. And when people adopt that monetary technology, it actually changes them. So I just proved to you that this headline is a bunch of bullshit. The article doesn't even make sense. So I'm sorry to, report that. And a lot of these mid-tier crypto outfits, they don't even have real people writing for them. Maybe this guy Jew just hired somebody on Fiverr. And these are the guys that you think that are going to bring us out of the legacy system, writing articles like this, guys? Come on. It's a freaking joke. I'm buying more tomorrow, says Paw Potato. Listen, I'm not saying that there may not be opportunities. I'm just saying is call it for what it is. You're speculating. And you may be speculating right, but this ain't a store of value. Champagne's out here to tell you Satoshi's Santa Claus, okay? It's not real, and Bitcoin is not a store of value. Will I want to spend it at 15K? Maybe not. That's up to you, digital gold. But listen, everybody in the box is still comparing it to the US dollar. Until it's not compared to the US dollar, then it's compared to the US dollar. The US dollar still is king. I mean, whether we like it or not, guys. I hate to say it too. I'm not a fan of the USD. I know that it's funny bunny and they're pumping more and more debt. But listen, the banks got everybody on checkmate, and they have for a while now. They checkmated everybody's ass. There is no alternative. Where are you going to go to? Okay, they got everybody, and their plan is to buy up everything and be the buyers and lenders of last resort. They want a monopoly on everything. That's why you got to be in this world and not of it, because you don't need to want to own everything in this world. You be in it, use what you got to do, but you're not of this world. You just got to be like, listen, we're following a higher cause. We don't want to be in control of everything in the world. Okay, that's not the point out here, guys. 5,400 there on BTC. Let's go ahead and look at the one-day chart. Trading sideways. Trading sideways. Trading sideways. Mark D says stock market will be blood red market. I'm loaded with puts. BTC will fall harder. I agree, Mark. I agree with you. I think we're going to see more pressure next week. It was this little run up on Friday due to the speech that Trump gave out there. I mean, yeah, it was cute and everything was good. What do you expect them to do? The rally and everything. But next, I don't expect. Listen, I think that the whole thing is going to tank and they're going to institute a new system. Okay, that's what I think ultimately the plan is. Ultimately, that's the plan. Whatever system they're going to put in, it may be the Fed coin, it may be a digital US. I don't know. Okay, but they're checkmating, guys. They're going to do what they want to do, and instead of trying to even compete against them, you just gotta say go ahead and have it. Give Caesar what's Caesar's. You guys want that? That's fine. Jesus wasn't trying to start a revolution against the Romans. He was just trying to teach the people the truth. He said, oh, just go ahead and pay your taxes. That doesn't even matter. Don't even chase that. Lady Plants has buy orders at 1,000 for Bitcoin. Yeah, and listen, it may be more of the fair value. We don't know what's maybe Bitcoin was inflated itself price-wise. We don't know. I'll tell you what I'm doing. And I've said this earlier, I'm not making any crazy moves right now. I'm just chilling. I'm not buying. I'm not selling until I see some green. As we get closer to 10K. I'll be honest with you guys, though. I don't see how this halvening is going to push us over 10K. Because the halvening doesn't have as much potential energy as this crash did. Like, it doesn't balance the scale. Like the hype of the halvening, it can't outweigh what already just happened. Mark D says sell it all. I'm not going to sell it all, but I'm considering selling a significant amount. I'd said at least 30%, but I may even consider half. Be honest with you. But I agree. I think next week we're going to see blood, guys. We're going to see blood. So, and for those that are speculating, trying to buy low, if you guys buy low and it goes up, consider taking some profits. Okay, maybe not all profits, but consider. I think the lesson of the day here is we need cash more than we expected. We need cash more than we expected. Although we know it's funny bunny and everything, we need it more than we expected. And that's the truth, guys. I'm sorry to say it. You need cash more than you need BTC. Mark D says, I believe BTC holders' best move is to sell all now. Stocks will be blood red this week and BTC will be decimated. Thank you for your opinion. I semi agree with you. Maybe not as much. I don't know if it's going to be all over, but I'm already considering it. So we're somewhat agreeing here, Mark. Digital Gold says at 12K it'll definitely drop hard in my opinion. Cash out time. It's a time to start considering where you're going to cash out, and those cash outs, like, I've been saying it too. It's like, I think that it was going to go to like 12,000 for this halvening. I even told you guys, I'm expecting of taking some of my halvening profits, but I don't think it's going to go that high. So where are you going to take some profits? Is it now? Or are you going to wait or not? Now, again, I disagree with Mark D. I'm not going to sell it all. Because, I'm probably more vested into crypto than some of you other guys. I mean, I'm here every day in the crypto space. I mean, so it's to my interest to stay into crypto to a certain extent, but it is what it is, right? Shout out to the maniacs there in the box. Let me see how many people are tuning in today and see if anybody dropped any lemons over there on D Live. So we got, here on my dashboard, we got about 19 over there on YouTube and like 3 or 4 on D Live. Let me go ahead and pull up D Live. Guys, follow me on D Live. Come on, guys, follow me on D Live. I got a couple people. I saw Cash Couch the other day. He got some lemons, and why not, guys? Why not? Let me add some to the box. Shout out to AT all-time high Leet with the 40. Lemons. I appreciate you, Lead. I've never seen you in the box before, but thank you so much. Digital Gold dropped me 20 and CryptoZilla dropped me 10. Thank you so much. Digital Gold said way more invested. Yeah, and when I'm talking about being invested, I'm not just talking about holding. I'm talking about my time too. It's like, this is a time investment. I'm here every single day. So, I mean, I'm streaming for an hour. I also do some research. I spend hours every day on this. So, I'm invested, guys. Let's go ahead and drop some ducats here into the bucket. I'm going to drop 50 lemons into the chest. Guys, I'll give you about a minute. Head over to D Live. I'm going to do a redistribution, lemon redistribution. Not 1K is too low, Lady Plants. 31.55 was the bottom from 20K. I don't think people are that dumb. A lot of people know they're dumb before the halvening. Yeah, I mean, of course, set up buy orders where it's low, but I wouldn't. When I buy, I would DCA it. So, I would probably put some at 3, some at 2, some at 1, so you can get the deals if that happens. Business is at a standstill, says Mark D. No revenue, credit stress, bankruptcy looming, speculative assets like Bitcoin will fall hardest and fastest. Next week, Filecoin Bitcoin will be a dream. Listen, it's hard to disagree with what Mark D saying. You know, it sounds like the doom and gloom, but, you know, listen to what he's saying. And there seemed to be some truth, Mark. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying today. I don't know if it's going to be as severe as maybe you think, but I think we can both agree that the pressure, there will be more blood. I expect more blood. I do agree with that. But, you know, here's the thing, guys. You got to look at the price. In the middle of everything right now, what is going to pump the price other than the halvening? And the halvening is not nowhere near as hype as the crash. So it doesn't really balance out the scale. What's going to take us back to 12,000? I don't see it. I don't see it. People are panicking. Oh yeah, I mean, it's not in, and it's on every asset though. People are panicking for everything. People are panicking for some meat out there. People are panicking for some toilet paper. And again, that's what drives the market. Not necessarily all the fundamentals. It's fear and greed that drives the market, guys. And greed drove the price of Bitcoin up more than the actual fundamentals. The story of Satoshi and the promise, it's ultimately the greed, like, oh, I can make money off this. It's not like, you know, we started seeing after a while the people coming into the space were no longer talking about privacy in the crypto revolution. They were just talking about the pump, the greed. And that's what drove the price. And now we're getting the opposite, the fear. Those are the two things that drive markets more than the technicals, than the moving average, and the fundamentals. All that is really cute. But you could basically summarize it as those two words, greed and fear. Yes, mate says, how do you feel about the possibility China manufactured COVID in a BSL-4 lab in Wuhan? I don't feel much. You know, my understanding is that somebody made this, and if it's patented, who holds the patent, and whoever holds the patent should be held liable. That's how I look at it. Who holds the patent to this? Okay, then you guys made it. You're liable for what happened. BTC not going up anytime soon. At least very least sell now and buy lower. You got a point. Passive Crypto says it's all about the greed, real talk. And that's the truth. It is. I mean, forget about the fundamentals, about the story about saving the world with Satoshi. Guys, fear and greed runs the game, guys. And that's the bottom line. You can check out the Crypto Fear and Greed Index there at alternative.me. And right now, it's looking like nothing but fear out there. I linked this in the box so you guys could check it out. But I'm considering what Mark's saying. I'm not nearly as looking at as severe as Mark is looking, but you know, I'm listening to you, Mark. World is in a liquidity crisis. Bitcoin going down like a $2 hoe. Do you think there should be sanctions against China following the virus leak? No, that you know, as far as sanctions against China, that's all bullshit. That's more just to get people in another fight. That's divide and conquer. That's so that we can have another enemy. That's all bullshit. Okay. Sanctions against China. You know, that's like the first thing that this funny bunny guy, Charlie Kirk, this guy's the fakest conservative, right? When I saw him saying we need to retaliate to China, what is he going to sign up to make them responsible for it? Is he going to fight, or is he just trying to get more money? I'm not with this, you know, sanctions and all that, guys. We don't know whoever's holding the patent ultimately should be, you know, but they're you know, my understanding is the patent's held by someone in the U.S. I don't know, or in Canada. I don't know. I think Monday regular stock market is going to tank again. I think BTC may go to 4K. Flash crash under 3, says Queens. 5K Bitcoin will be a pipe dream soon, says Mark D. So listen, okay, whether you agree with Mark or Queens or anybody here in the box, I think that the consensus here, we can all agree, is that the fear is higher than the greed, right? We can all agree with that right now, whether you like it or not. What do you have in front of you? A market that's more fearful than it is greedy. So by definition, that is going to tell you that things should go down. You know, so maybe Mark is completely right. You know, I admit myself, being so vested so much time into the crypto space that I myself maybe experience some cognitive dissonance still holding on to the bits. So, I would say that, something you got to consider. Potato says his greed is very high. So there you go. And, you could also look at it the opposite. Be greedy when people are fearful. Be fearful when people are greedy. But if you don't think that the markets are going to go down next week, let me know. And let me know why. I'll definitely pay attention to you. Mark D says, guaranteed stocks will get smoked this week. I'm short with puts heavy on Disney and Wynn credit crisis. I'm agreeing with Mark more and more. I can't, it's hard for me to argue against Mark, even though I don't like anything he's saying right now. Champ keeps it real. I don't like what Mark's saying, but it sounds like there's some truth to what he's saying. Crypto Chick is talking about 1K. Yeah. Listen, if it goes back to 1K and it's in the $800, $900 range, then Bitcoin is just another crypto novelty. It's just a digital novelty. Just maybe save it like a trading card or something, You say, oh, I got Bitcoins. Remember when Bitcoin used to be it? Well, I still got some Bitcoin. Oh, you got a rare Bitcoin. Oh, it may be more like a trading card or something. But guys, you're not going to go to the store and use Bitcoin, guys. Come on. Do you think that China might have released the virus on purpose as a way of crashing the global economy, thereby replacing the currency? I think what you're not getting, yes, mate, is that China, U.S., Italy, they're all the same people. There is no difference. So whether China released it or U.S., they work for the same banks. It's all a smoke show. It's one world order. Okay, come on, guys. Like, you guys don't get it that we're in a new world order already? It's not whether China did it or you. Guys, it doesn't matter. They all hang out on the weekends, and you don't go to those meetings. Trump is closer to the Chinese in power than he is to the regular guy on the street. He hangs out with them more than he hangs out with you. Queen says, Champ, I bought 200 Neo at 388, sold it at 615. Right now, chilling, price sucks, but these flash crashes make money. That's right. You can make money on the downside, too. Trade what you have in front of you, not what you expect that's going to come in 3 years. We got to deal in the present. Mark D says he was a former crypto boomer, calling reality companies are maximizing lines of credit because liquidity is a real issue. Nano says Corona is a cover for the side effects from 5G. Wuhan's one of the first countries to install 5Gs in the world. I've heard that, too. And those arguments are definitely, they pique my attention. And, I don't know, guys, but, what could you do about it? What are you going to do about it? Like I said, they got us on checkmate. You just got to realize the market you're trading in front of you. Okay. So, if there's a liquidity crisis, you may think about that. There may be a credit freeze. I mean, it happened in 2008. That's why they're throwing so much money out there, to prevent that from happening. I'm waiting for Trump announcement that he has the virus this week. He looks sick. I don't, if he does announce that, there's got to be a strategy for it, but I don't see how that would benefit him. Even if he has it, I would see him, not tell the truth. I don't see how that could benefit his camp if he has it. Although the scam runs so deep and this such as a bizarro world that they could be a step for that as well. I don't know. Do you think there's any way to disrupt the world and give back power to the people? Yeah, it's called Jesus Christ. I don't know how many times people, guys, all this promise of disrupting the world, the power back to the people, all that stuff, guys, can occur. We live in a fallen world. There's always going to be some flawness out there. There's always going to be some scam. It's always been the world. The people never ran the world. Okay. It's the power. When did the people really have power? It's always been the top people that had power. So, instead of worrying about that, and being in this world and trying to take back and in control in this world, you got to give Caesar what's Caesar's. Be in this world, but not of it. Guys, the good book has so many gems. You think religion will fix the imbalance between the 1 and 99%? I think that the only thing that could bring peace on earth is the Lord himself. People can't do it themselves. And I just laughed out loud in the store, says Queens. Champ, I was in a 1 hour line at the dollar store by my crib. I heard this lady saying on the phone, I just can't wait till they make a vaccine for the virus to help. Oh my God. Yeah. Look out for that one too. The vaccine. That's coming sooner than later. And they'll probably they won't even make it mandatory. They'll just tell everybody that the supply's running low, and you'll see all the normies run towards the gates. Just like they run towards buy toilet paper, and toilet paper does nothing to prevent the virus or do anything. But everybody saw it was running low, and now everybody wants it. So they're going to do the same thing with the vaccine. Guys, it's running low. Hurry up and get it. Get in line. How do you feel about other religions? I'm not, it's not about religion. It's not about that. There's just one God. That's it. And, all other religions are flawed, whether it be Catholicism, Islam, I'm not talking about religion. That's not what I'm talking about. There's a difference, guys. Well said, Champ, says Avelino. Queen's Races is here. Yes, Mate's here. Mark D's here. The rest of the boomers are out there in the population of the chat box. But yeah, guys, to think that, there's the promise of utopia has always been there throughout all of history. And man cannot make a utopia on earth because he doesn't have that power. Okay, some systems are better than the other, but there's always a flaw. And that's because we're flawed. I mean, it tells you in the very first book. If all business operations are shut down, then stores won't be able to restock on supplies, i.e. toilet paper, says Jojo. Yeah, but listen, even in a situation like in Italy, the grocery stores are still open. So, but yeah, keep your eyes as to what happens. I think ultimately the plan is to install a new system where they have even more control. But guys, what could you do? They got everybody on checkmate, and to try to battle in that space, you're just fighting fire with fire. There's always going to be a loser, So give Caesar what's Caesar's, and just worry about your family, doing the right things, your own health. You're going to the gym, eating good. Like most people are stocking up on so much food and toilet paper, they don't even need to eat that much. What does Ace Ventura have to do with this? That's funny. To quote Jesse Ventura, religion's for the weak-minded and insecure. Yeah, I'm not talking about religion here. There's a difference. I'm not. Shout out to Nano. Basic instruction before leaving Earth. Yeah, that's what the Jizza called it. But a lot of these hip hoppers, guys, they're a lot of them are false prophets too. Good day, David Couch. Right, yeah. Queen's got it. He's like, there's no talk about others. There's only the way, the truth. There's only one truth, and when you come to it, you'll see. And that's it. Crypto Chick says Church of Gematrias. Yeah, with the number stuff, it gets crazy. I know that I don't go down that rabbit hole because it's not really for me. I'm not that autistic. But if you guys like that gematria stuff, Marty Leeds is the guy, right? Like he's the guy. That channel goes there's so much numerology there, and he's a believer in Christ, is my understanding. But he breaks it down with all the numerology. I don't get into all that. That to me is like another religion, like the numbers and all that. I don't need that. I just need to know this is the truth. Okay, this world's fallen, and that's it. You just got to have faith and operate in the truth. and call for things for what it is. That's why when I realized Satoshi's is garbage, in the fact that he was just Santa Claus, it's not in my best interest to be talking bad about Bitcoin if I'm holding the bag, right? But it's about also speaking the truth. You see what I'm saying? Right. That's interesting. It's true what Queen says. And now we're getting biblical. And I'm not going to go so far down this rabbit hole, but we have a couple questions. But he's the Buddha didn't tell you that he's the only way to truth. No other religion, no person just said, look, the only way you come to the Father is through me. Nobody else that say that. There's no one else that said that. That's right, Queens. He's the only one. Buddha didn't tell you that, or anybody else. And again, that doesn't mean that you go into the Catholic Church or the Protestant Church. That doesn't mean that. The disciples themselves, they didn't even have a church at the beginning. They were just building within themselves, in their groups, speaking the truth and professing the gospel. And to a certain extent, that's kind of what we do too. We speak the truth here to a certain extent too. I mean, obviously it's not, Bible study Sundays or anything, but I think the only way Bitcoin will hit 17K plus is with mass adoption. And the only way I think mass adoption can happen is if the BTC infrastructure improves, fees lower, and stable, faster transactions. Exactly. And if, people have a reason to buy it, like, look, if there was a website or a service or something that only accepted Bitcoin, the only way you can get it is through BTC, then maybe, there would be more incentive to use it. But you tell me what business out there is going to base their business on only accepting Bitcoin. If you're a business trying to make profits, you're going to try to accept all you can, in the US dollar included. Let's do a lemon redistribution out there. We got 9 people on D Live. Shout out to Deedle D. Hit it. Shout out to Deedle D. I only see him here on D Live. He always comes and drops me 100, 200 lemons. Super gratuitous. I appreciate you, Deedle D. Thank you so much. Let me drop 2 bombs for you. He donated a diamond. Not the first diamond he's donated. I appreciate you, Deedle. ATH Lead, I appreciate you. Digital Gold, I appreciate you. CryptoZilla, I appreciate you. Let's go ahead and drop another 50 in the bucket here. Kaboom. Guys, get ready. I'm about to do a distribution. In 30 seconds. Make sure you touch all the buttons right now. dlive.tv/champagne crypto. In 10. Lucky winners today are Digital Gold. He got 44. ATH Lee got 25. Deedle D got 18. Crypto Chick got 15. Shout out to the boomers out there. And that's how it goes. So make sure that you follow me on D Live, because, be active in this be a participant in the lemon distribution just for fun, guys. Shout out to Crypto Chick, Queens Racist, nice double stream. Yeah, I've been doing it with multistream.io. Restream.io. And you can see here, look at, I'll show you guys my dashboard so you can see what I'm looking at. So actually, let me show you guys. So this is my dashboard. I can see, I'm connected to D Live and YouTube. Am I showing you my screen? Yeah. So I'm connected to D Live and YouTube. It shows me, I got 20 people on YouTube, 9 on D Live. And it pushes it. So I send the stream to Restream, and then it sends it to D Live and YouTube. And this is all a free service. So, it's pretty fire, if you ask me. And then I can change the titles here on the title. And then my chat, let me bring my chat in so you can see how I see the chat. And I think there's a way to make this public so you could see the aggregated chat too. So you could see if you comment on D Live It shows the little D Live thing if you comment on YouTube. So I'm seeing all the comments come up here. And I know that there must be a way to share this chat box with everyone so you could see the aggregated chat. So if you're just on D Live, you can also see the YouTube chat. 13,000 Bitcoin sell by a whale dumped Bitcoin. Ooh, yeah, people are dumping. Some people got to cover their asses out there. Right now, there's a liquidity crisis. I agree with Mark D. That's why they're pumping so much cash into the system. Right now, people need cash. All right, guys, I'll take a few more comments and questions. We're on for over an hour. Always a pleasure. There were some comments made here that probably are not favorable to Bitcoin maximalists, and, including myself, but I got to call it like I see it. Bitcoin is not a store of value right now. Maybe one day it will be, but I'm not worrying about one day. I'm worrying about today, tomorrow, and the immediate now. Okay. Maybe one day it will be. And because of that, maybe I'll keep a Bitcoin under the pillow. Okay. That I may just do. I'll keep a Bitcoin under the pillow. But as far as, store value, guys, metal is much more store value, and cash is behaving better. Right now, cash has gone up in value, if you ask me. So that's what it is. Satoshi Santa Claus, guys. Sorry to break it down. With all, the fundamentals, the TAs, the charts and all that, that's real cute. But what really drives prices in this bizarro world is fear and greed. Okay, fear and greed. You could sum it up real simple. Okay, you can look at charts backwards and you can check the averages, the Fibonacci and all that. Fear and greed. Right now, there's fear in the markets. And what drove the price of Bitcoin? Greed, more than fundamentals did, guys. And that's it. What's going to happen after the halvening? I really don't know. That's why I'm considering taking some profits as soon as I see Bitcoin do another run up. Mark D doesn't think it's going to even run up. He thinks it's just going to be blood. So something to consider. Let me know what you do, and let me know if you agree or disagree. And I'm listening to you guys. Big shout out to the boomers. Let me go ahead and pull up this the chat. I lost the chat on you guys. Did I lose the complete chat? Somebody drop a message. I'm saying this chat is waiting for messages. You guys, my connection drop? I see that 32 people are watching. Okay, crypto exchanges will start dropping like flies, says Mark T. Yeah, I don't know what happened to my. I lost all the messages here. 1 2 1 2. Okay. I will cash out of Tezos if in the run up. Yeah, like the baby altcoins and stuff. Like those you got to consider taking profits. Because, I mean, like, if Bitcoin's weak, then altcoins are even weaker. That we can establish. Crypto Chick says I'm still here. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Yo, okay. I'm glad I'm still online. I'm going to go ahead and tune this down. But, I'm listening, and I'll be on for another minute or so before we tune down. I want to know which exchange is going to exit scam. Let's see. But I would strongly consider what Mark D saying, as much as I don't like what he's saying. You got to look at it and be at least consider it, and maybe it's not as severe as he looks at it, but I would expect some blood. That is true. I will expect some blood. I don't think that there's more reasons for the price to go down than there is for the price to go up. And that's the truth. Bybit, the name, right? Didn't even think of that. Bye to your bits. Yeah, and I was asking about that too. I'm like, Bybit, they're hitting me up with so much ads. Is it legit? Should I do something there? And I'm glad I never went down that. It's been a while. One of them will drop. Okay, cheers, champ. All I'm gonna split. Catch you on the next one. Indeed. Say Young. I'm sorry. I keep forgetting how to. I'm gonna call you Mr. K. That's easier for me. Mr. CK. I'm gonna call you out there. On that note, guys, stay strong. Put some weight on the bar, and you guys should already have your supplies. You should have some cash. Just wait it out. Now that they canceled schools in most of the places, I may have to fire up the content. I know there's more people at home, and I may just do some marathons this week, and I may hit you up. I may have to increase the production out here, guys. Increase the production. Turn up the media content out here. On that note, I'm out of here, guys. Make sure you following me on all the angles, on all the platforms. The only two that I post on is YouTube and DLive. Oh, and on Steam, too. Steam. Let's see what happens with Steam. On that note, I'm out. Stay strong. Shout out to Crypto Chick, Mr. CK, Digital Gold, CryptoZilla. Shout out to Dito D. And who else dropped me love over there on Dito D, ATH Elite, Digital Gold, CryptoZilla. All you boomers out there. Appreciate it. Stay strong. It's the voice of the blockchain, Satoshi's biggest cousin, your favorite YouTuber's favorite YouTuber, your favorite DLive streamer's favorite live streamer, Champagne Crypto. Thank you for